Stories matter. Stories matter. Let's talk about why your story matters and how you can use it, or even other people's stories matter and how you can use that to help people overcome false belief. My name is Kathy McReynolds. I am your fun, money, and skill coach, guys. And my whole goal is to help baby boomers, those over 50, create an online business. Now, you may be thinking, man, I can't do that. And so I'm going to tell you why you can, and we're going to use a series of stories and help you understand why it's important. And we're going to take you through a process that you want to look at so that not only can you help yourself, but you can help others. So as you tune in, if you ever thought about getting a business started, but you thought it was not possible for you, I'm going to ask you this: where did that belief come from? So we're going to start with number one, change the false belief. I'm going to go through six items today that's going to help you change your mindset. And when you change your mindset, you can change your life. It all relates together. So that's what we want to help you do today. So guys, I hope I give you value. The goal is to get you moving so that you can create the lifestyle that you want. So let's go ahead and dive in. If you know someone else who needs to hear this, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that share button so that we can get them involved as well and help as many people as possible. So number one, we're going to talk about chains of beliefs, chains of false beliefs. So let's talk about belief and where it comes from. I mean, when you really dig back really deep, the beliefs that we have are normally from our parents. It's normally from our family because they're the ones who raised us. So they raised us based on the beliefs that they had. And sometimes as adults, we take those traditions on and they continue to go on. I think of the story, I'm sure you guys have heard it over and over again, but it just really hits on like belief and where it comes from. There was a family, I think it was like 3 or 4 generations there, and it was the holiday season, and they were cooking a turkey. So all 4 of them, well, 3 of them were in the kitchen, 1 of them was in the living room, and they were cooking, and so they cut the butt of the turkey off. And so this was the great-great-granddaughter. She was cooking. And so then somebody asked her, well, why do you cut the butt of the turkey off? And she was like, I don't know. I saw my mom do it. And so they turned around to the mom and they said, well, why do you do it? And she was like, I don't know. That's what my mom did. So that was the daughter's mother and then the grandmother. And they were blessed enough to have their great-great-grandmother there. So they decided to go into the living room. All of them went trucking in there and they're like, let's ask great-great-grandma. So they said, Grandma, why do you cut the butt of the turkey off? And she said, well, back in the day, honey, when we were little, the oven was so small, we couldn't get the whole turkey in there. So we cut it off. So do you understand what I'm saying there? People just start doing things without even really thinking about why they're doing it. They're doing it because it was something that was taught to them. It was a belief they had. So I want to ask you, when it comes to you starting your business online, what beliefs are you carrying with you? What beliefs do you believe are real? And you take those and you make decisions based on the belief and not the fact. So chains of false belief. Let's talk about a few that I got my little notepad here, guys. Let's talk about a few that you may have. Man, I want to start an online business, but I might fail. So many people think about what might not happen right that they never get started. So let me ask you that. Is that one of your false beliefs? If it is, do me a favor and drop it in the comments and let me know, like, yeah, that is actually one of my false beliefs. How about this one? If I go live online, or if I start teaching or training, then, maybe people won't watch me. What will happen? What will my family think of me? What will my friends think of me? So then there's another false belief that you have to get the approval of someone that knows you in order for you to move forward. Here's another false belief. If I quit my job, then I won't have enough money to pay my bills. Or if I leave my job, I won't have enough money to pay my bills. So again, you're worried about something that has not happened yet. So you gotta, whenever you feel these thoughts, because these are beliefs that will happen, guys, they will show up and they will rear their ugly face. And what you gotta do is say, you know what? I'm not buying into that belief today. Here's another one. If I start now, I'm too old to learn. You know, a lot of people who are over 50, over 45, they're thinking, man, no one else around me is doing anything different. No one else around me is starting a career. Who am I to think that I can get something started? Who am I to start all over? I've been doing the same thing for the last 20, 30 years. And what about this one? If I create a product, a business, a course, what if no one buys? Do you see how many false beliefs are predicated on something that has not even happened yet? So when you go back down the line and you think about your grandma, your great grandma, and the traditions that were put into your family, that's the very first thing that I want you to take a look at. Because once you start there, you'll be able to take away and knock down those beliefs. So do we understand the chains of false belief? You can list them. I would challenge you to write down at least 10 that you have, and you might get to 20, but write down as many beliefs that you have inside your head and ask yourself, where do these false beliefs come from? When did I start thinking that? And then most importantly, how can I get rid of them? So now we're going to talk about number 2, and that's what we just talked about a little, your experience. Whatever you experienced in life is why you believe what you believe. So let's talk about, like, if I start an online business, it may fail. So your experience in life, maybe you had a business that failed before. Maybe you've tried to do something and it didn't work out. So because of that experience, you don't want to get started. Or maybe you knew someone who you thought was smarter than you, brighter than you, who knew more than you did, and you saw what happened to them. And because of that, you're like, nah, it's probably not for me, because if that smart person couldn't do it, then I know I can't. If that popular person couldn't do it, then I know that I can't. Maybe you had the experience of speaking and it didn't go right. Like, I'll tell you guys one of my experience when I think I was in my 30s, like 32 or 33, when I first had to speak in public. It was like I had to speak because I had hit #1 in one of our companies, and I remember getting on stage and I was standing there and I'm looking out there, and all I did was see all of these eyes. See, I did a lot of things one-on-one, but speaking, because I'm an introvert, was not something that I was comfortable with. So guess what I did, guys? Tears just started rolling down my eyes, and I was so afraid, and my lip was shaking. I mean, it was just like crazy. And the funny part about that is those thoughts sometimes never go away. I had a dream last night. It's kind of weird. I had a dream last night that I was meeting one of my online heroes, and I'm smiling to take a picture with him, and my lip is just going like this. It's shaking because I was so nervous. That's normal. So don't let those experiences stop you from becoming and serving the people that you want to serve, because they're there for a reason, guys. Those experiences, you can now take them and share your stories with someone else who may be going through that, and then they can help you change that. So experience is very important. And then the third one is story. This is where it comes in to start telling your stories. So what you want to do, and the reason why we're going through this, is number one, when you're trying to get someone to become your customer, when you're trying to help someone, you got to understand the false beliefs that they have. A lot of times you just want to pitch and you want to sell and you want to be salesy, but you have not determined where they've been. So you got to do that by asking questions. And then once you get those questions in, ask more questions so you can understand their experience, understand why it happened. Ask them, so I'm curious, can you tell me, what happened in your life to make you feel that way? That's a simple question that you can ask somebody. What happened in your life to make you feel that way? Then once you figure out what happened in their life to make them feel that way, you can use your story or someone else's, preferably yours if you have one, or someone else's that you know that overcame something that they just shared with you, that overcame one of those false beliefs. Because people will have false beliefs, and you're not in the business of convincing. You're not trying to convince anybody of anything. Your only job is to hear them out, listen to their false beliefs, find out where they came from, and then share a story of someone who also felt that way and then what happened to them. Because after that, guys, is after that is your new belief. After that comes the new belief. Why is it a new belief? Because when you start talking to them, they had one of these stories. I can't start a business online. I'm too old. What if I fail? What if I quit my job and it won't work? What if nobody buys from me? What if I can't get customers? If I spend money and I don't get results, what would happen? So see, when they started that conversation with you, or when they saw you on the video, that was where you met them at. Now you shared your experience, you shared a story of your own or someone else, and then you gave them a new belief. And see, when you give someone a new belief, it's like an aha. It's an aha moment to think like, oh, okay. And so once you give them that, guess what you have? You now have given someone hope. And when you give someone hope and they feel that it's possible for them, not because you tried to sell them, not because you tried to convince them, it's because you heard them out, you related to them, you found out where that false belief came from, and then, guys, you walked them through a new belief, and then most importantly, you gave them hope. See, the whole goal and the reason why you want to help people, or most entrepreneurs, is because they give hope. And so many people live in fear of all of those false beliefs because of something that happened, maybe not even to them, but somebody they know. So our whole goal is to help them get more hope. Now, as far as the bonus that I was talking about, guys, here's how I want to be able to help you even further. We have a masterclass that will go into more details about breaking down false beliefs and also helping you get your online business started. So if you're 45 and older and you want to get a business going online, but before you heard this, you were thinking, yeah, it sounds good, but I can't do anything like that. We're going to help you break down those false beliefs. We're going to show you a step-by-step system so that you know exactly what to do so that you can create the success that you desire. Because the life that you have, y'all, is in direct proportion to the service that you're given and the people that you're helping. So we're going to help you put it all together and figure out, like, man, who do I want to... First of all, we're going to help you figure out and break down all of these beliefs that you have. And then we're going to build it up and give you that hope and that belief that you can do this, because I want you to know. I want you to know and understand that it's possible. It is so possible for you to change your life, guys. I remember You know, I've been an entrepreneur for about 23 years, with the exception of 2008, when I had to work for someone for about a year and a couple months, because in 2008 with the big crash, I completely lost everything. But I just knew, that I wasn't meant to have a job. I was meant to help and to give and to serve. And I know some of you guys feel that exact same way. So I decided to go back out there and start a business again. So I've had business that hit 6 figures. I've had business that failed. I had businesses that I have been running for 5 years, and through a text, because I was renting a place, through a text, I got a text message that said, hey, we just sold our building, so you got a month and a half to get out. So just like that, things were gone. But because of the experience that I had, because of the ups and downs and going through things, it was like zero, like, oh, okay, now, boom, let's start something else. Boom, let's do something else. So you get the opportunity, once you build up your muscles, your stamina, to get things going mentally first, and then get things going in your business. It will help you to grow the way you want to grow. So if you have that desire, you want to do something different, just go ahead and click on the button down there. Go to 6figureclubcoaching.com, 6figureclubcoaching.com. Register for our next webinar, so that we can help you, get the lifestyle that you want and what you desire. We're here for you. We're going to show you how to do it, guys. I appreciate y'all. I thank you very much. Let me know if you got value. If you got questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, and I'll make sure that I get back to you. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Thank you.